My little sister Maya had just turned 16 when she decided she was too cool for piano lessons. She had been taking them for 8 years with a quiet older woman, Mrs. Brown, who lived in a tiny apartment above a music store. Maya started complaining nonstop about how the apartment smelled like old books, how the piano was ancient, the wallpaper peeling, and how she was wasting her time. She said she could make real money with a part-time job instead of playing boring scales for some lady who probably charged us $20 out of pity. Mom sighed. But Maya compared Mrs. Brown to her friend Jenny's teacher, who charged $80 an hour and taught in a beautiful observatory with grand pianos. She snapped that nice doesn't pay the bills, and even mocked Mrs. Brown for wearing the same 3 cardigans every week for weeks. Every lesson ended with new complaint: the coffee stains on sheet music, the stale cookies, the freezing apartment. And Maya even said, I bet she's never performed professionally. Real musicians don't end up teaching kids above music stores. Finally, Mom gave in fine. But we will tell her in person when we arrive. Mrs. Brown sat at her piano holding a black and white photo. She looked up and smiled gently. Oh, Maya, perfect timing. I was just thinking about when I first started teaching. But Maya immediately blurted out that she was quitting. She wanted a real job and a teacher who was more successful. The room went silent. Mrs. Brown finally asked softly, Maya, what's your favorite piece that I taught you? Maya hesitated. Probably the Chopin Nocturne in a flat major. Why Mrs. Brown smiled faintly, went to her bookshelf, pulled out a yellowed concert program, and handed it to Maya. The words nearly fell out of her mouth. Carnegie Hall featured soloist Linda Brown with tours awards and standing ovations. Maya froze. This is you, she whispered. Then why are you teaching here? Mrs. Brown pointed to the photo on her piano, showing a little girl in a hospital bed, smiling with her hands positioned like she was playing piano. She said my daughter Sarah had leukemia at 6 treatments weren't covered. I gave up touring to care for her and teaching paid the bills. Maya's voice cracked. Did she make it? Mrs. Brown's eyes lit up. She's Dr. Sarah Brown, now head of pediatric oncology at Children's Hospital. And every week she still calls me to play our old song. Mrs. Brown looked at Maya and said, success isn't always about the spotlight. Sometimes it's about choosing love over fame. I could have been famous forever, but I chose to be a mother first, and I have never regretted it. Maya burst into tears, apologizing and begged to keep taking lessons. Mrs. Brown hugged her. Of course, dear, music is about more than applause. Now Maya practices 4 hours a day, and she has never complained about those cardigans again.